But that's good. That's what we do. We're a family. We can correct one another. And I appreciate it. Let me start over. And we love it. We were in unanimous agreement about everything. And so, since y'all made me start over, I can't do it unless I do it right. Because Ebony is only standing on the shoulders of some strong women.
That's right.
Only standing, and I know them.
Yes.
And I have met them. Yes, sir. I have shared space with them. I know their faith. So before we can even get to Ebony,
all right,
I need to start with her maternal grandmother, Miss Altamise. There's Mama there, but before I can get to Mama, there's a great aunt.
That's right.
There's a tough lady too. Yeah, tough. One of the musicians in the community did good work in teaching Anton, and Anton can play it, but Anton can hook it up. Anton has it going on. But we want to recognize my good friend, and both of them are honorees of this organization. And they stepped out not only with their talk, but with their money. When we needed money, they left $2 $50 bills in my hand to make sure I had the money to do what we needed to do. And some people talk, but when I go to pay these vendors, I need some cash. And here, Ebony also, they are tight clan. They're almost like a pride alliance. And that's a compliment if y'all watch the Discovery Channel. Yeah, you can learn a lot by looking at the Discovery Channel. So if you don't watch it, you need to go home and watch it. So, but Miss Evelyn Williams, will you please stand? This is the mother. So I want to do it right. Also, I ain't got Ebony yet. I'm getting to her. But I want to get her later. She has a sister. And this is what it's about. They have some things that we need to understand. So many of our young people come and nurture from the soil and the fruit that we produce. And when they get on their own, they take off and they run and leave us and turn their back on us. But her sister, Bené Osley, didn't do that. She comes back from Tallahassee. She and her sister Karen came back every second Sunday. They may have came back some other time, but they came back to make sure New Bethel didn't fall apart. They came back. A lot of them say, I don't want nothing to do with it. But they come back, and they come back in spirit and in truth and in the light. You can see it. And I just want our sisters to stand, Bené and Karen. They're willing to come out here and stand with us, because so often, you know, the man don't feel as though he needs to show no affection and love and share in the victory of the achievement. Yeah, this is a victory.
That's right.
So, Brother Pickett, stand up there, buddy. I'm going to ask her when she comes to bring the two little ones. She was inducted into the National Achiever Society, the McKnight Achiever Society. She was one of the first kids I met in the college reach out program. I can never forget her closing the door to Willie and Doris Broner Astro van. I think they had a blue and white slide door Astro van. Whenever I asked them a talent show or whatever it was, she and Sierra them, they could wind it up and pop it. Yeah, they were good. And evidence like this, Ebony would call me and say, Mr. Imani, What about that college reach out program? I said, what you need? What's going on here? So she needed a scholarship. So I said, well, what you need? I said, well, let's do here. So I wrote it up and hooked it up for her. And she said, this is what I need to get the money. Ebony got a degree. It was an occupational therapy. Occupational therapy from FAMU. Ebony works now in our community at Heritage Park, a nursing home there. And I think she's a coordinator, a director of activities for the senior citizens. I was over there the other day. I saw Mr. Howard Bush and our letter, and I saw Father Damien and all of them. I was in the nursing home there the other day. But the reason Ebony was selected, Ebony went big time. Yeah, Ebony went big time. Ebony put on a voter registration drive out there at New Bethel and Lacoochee, and they had the whole works out there. The candidates came, and the whole works early on in that process. And one day, my wife and I was looking around. There was cars swarming around in our neighborhood. We were looking, trying to figure out what was going on. And we're the honest blacks in the community. We don't have an invitation. we don't have an invitation. So we look around, and here's Ebony. So they were having a special arrangement there with some selected voters. And so that selected participant, kind of a focus group type of situation with Joe Biden's sister there in the neighborhood. And Ebony was in the midst of it. So you name whatever it was, a lot of you did something. There's not many people did as much and deserved this honor as much as Ebony. Now, in the spirit of Kwanzaa,
first, giving honor to God, who's first in my life. He asked if I had something to say. Not necessarily, but I always can come up with something. I first want to thank my entire family for being here. I know he's introduced my entire